Guys, we're going to be getting started in just under 4 minutes. So if you guys are wanting to jump into this training that we're going to have today, just put hashtag VIP and we'll send you the Zoom link, or you can just simply click on the going and it should take you right into the Zoom. So just giving a few more minutes, 4 more minutes for people to jump on. All right, so stay tuned. We will be getting started shortly. For those of you who are on right now, if you guys can turn on your camera, if you can, great. That would be awesome. And we're going to get cranking with this class on how to generate leads, multiple sources of generating leads. So if you want to jump on with us via Zoom, put hashtag VIP in the comments and we will get you the link, or you could just click on the event and that will get you the link right there as well too. All right, we're getting started.
Yeah, my Zoom meeting, bro. I'll call you when I leave Bremerton.
Right, all right, let's go, let's go. We are getting jamming here. Okay, let me stop this clock. All right, good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are in whatever part of the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our 7-figure real estate mastermind group training that we do every single Tuesday. our free trainings to give you that opportunity to have an edge on the real estate market for today in today's time. So, oftentimes people are wondering, hey, listen, Rob, what are you guys doing differently to be able to get so many appointments and to be able to get so many listings and investment properties? And what are you doing to grow your business? And here's the one thing that I've realized, folks, is that in this day and time, things have changed tremendously, right? So back in the days, maybe 15, 20 years ago, or even put it this way, right prior to COVID-19, 5, 6 years ago, people were doing business as usual, just the way they're normally doing it, right? They would pick up the phone, they would call their friends and family, past clients. Maybe they do that, maybe they wouldn't, or they would just go ahead and do client appreciation parties and people would come out. But then in the advent of all the things that have happened in our time and in our day and age, what's happened is that people have had to really morph how they do business. They've had to adapt, right? And adapt quickly because there's still states right now in the United States of America that don't even allow for you to call an expired listing or a for sale by owner, right? To be able to inquire whether it's about the property or to inquire if they're still interested in selling. So, that's one angle and one avenue where people were able to generate business for themselves. And then you have in other places where they have no door knocking, and then you have other places where pretty much right now it's like most of the Northeast is drowning in snow at this point in time, from what I could see. So people are wondering, hey, listen, how do I generate business? It's not, if people don't want to go out, they don't want to look at properties and so on and so forth. So my whole point is, guys, it's time to start thinking really outside the box. It's insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And right now, when you look at everything that's happened in 2023, with the number of real estate agents across North America that did not sell a property at all, and then you look at how we're taking off in 2024, you notice that the ones who are actually doing business right now are the ones that are embracing the technology and they're leveraging themselves out. So it's basically, you have to scale who you are as a person. You don't need to necessarily become some person outside of your personality style, but we just need more of you, right? So if you're already effective as an agent, however, since things have gotten more strict, so it seems like you have to work 2 to 3 or 4 times harder to get the same results, then what do? You can't necessarily copy and paste yourself in one way. But what you can do is copy and paste yourself into what the technology is offering today, which is artificial intelligence. And that's the stuff that's being offered. If you guys think that it's going away, then you're going to be in the same boat as those people who thought the internet was going away. And look at where they are right now. It's one of those things, folks. Remember that movie Her, where the guy was waking up every morning and he was talking to his phone or talking to his AI. That's the direction that we're going in. And if you think we're not, then it's time to wake up, smell the coffee, because that's exactly where it's going. And I just want to be able to encourage you guys, because we're going to have to cover some different angles. We're going to cover a lot of stuff today. It's going to be jam-packed. So if you want to be in the Zoom call and the training with us, just put hashtag live or hashtag VIP in the comments. We'll send you the Zoom link, or if you're next to the event, then you can just click on the event going link and it'll take you right into the Zoom. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. And before we jump into anything else, I want to make sure that I share with you guys who our sponsor is, which is Follow Up Beast. Folks, if you have not had a chance to do this, go to demo.followupbeast.ai. And whether it's myself or one of our reps, we'll do a demonstration with you on Zoom and show you exactly how we can help you build your business leveraging technology and leveraging AI. And it's just amazing. I mean, if you look at the number of appointments that we've been able to set so far this month, I've been able to set 42 appointments. If I go in here and I show you, these are all the appointments that are happening right there. And this is all in January. You can see the dates. I just went to the next page. Keep going. Each page has at least 10 appointments. This is all in January, right? January, another set of appointments, This is all January, January set of appointments, right? So this is at least, this is all January right here, January 2nd. So we're hitting appointments all the time doing this, using this system. So the system is reaching out to folks, having the conversations with them, connecting with them, and then helping us to keep the conversation going so that we can be able to close for the appointment. So if you're not leveraging yourself in this way whatsoever, then you're going to be falling behind the curve. And the real estate agents who are embracing this and embracing the technology, they're the ones that are going to be crushing it in 2024 and beyond. That's just a state of fact. And it's not something that's super expensive. It just requires for you to make the investment and realize that if you want to duplicate yourself, you got to start investing. The mindset of the freebie agent, the mindset of the agent that is trying to cut corners, the agent that is trying to get lucky in this business, guys, this is not a market for you. That market came and went. The lucky market came and went. This is a skills market. This is a contact sport. This is a communication market where you have to get out there and build relationships. And if you're tired of getting the phone hung up on you, if you're tired of people possibly rejecting you, then this is the opportunity for you to get some leverage. And AI is the route to go, because guess what? The machine has no feelings. Guess what? The machine doesn't get emotional. The machine works 7 days a week. The machine works 24/7. The machine does what it needs to do. If you are like lost in what I'm saying, go watch the Terminator, right? and then this way it'll maybe spark something in your mind as to how committed technology is when it's running. As long as you have electricity and you have the internet, and folks, you can definitely be set up to win. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get jumping and get started with this class. And today we're going to talk about unlocking lead potential, right? Your lead potential in generating leads on a consistent basis, and how to reach clients with ease. Whether it's AI or whether it's technology, it's bottom line is this: being a human being and being a person is never going to go away. And that's something that makes you unique in that sense. It's only you can be you. And yeah, you could definitely train a technology to respond similar to how you respond. You can train a technology to do things similar to how you do it. But the reality is there will only be one you. So if there's only one you, then we've got to take advantage of who you are as a person and make the most of it, because this is how you're going to get ahead in today's market. So when we look at it, we're going to talk about not just finding leads, but we're going to explore different ways, innovative ways to connect with potential clients, that you probably never even thought to do. And a couple of weeks back, we talked about the introverted guide to generating leads. If you're not a cold caller, if you're not somebody who door knocks and you're just shy and you want to just, you're not somebody that's really out there like the expressive personality style, then we're going to cover different approaches as well too to help complement how you do business, and how to do it effectively. So what I want you guys to do is, buckle in, strap yourselves in, get ready to transform your approach to discover the different keys that will provide a steady stream of leads and income in this real estate market. And like everything else, I always love to kick things off with the short story, right? And when you think about it, I want you to, if you're driving, obviously keep your eyes open, but use your active imagination, right? Imagine that there's a lighthouse. Okay, I think everybody here knows what a lighthouse looks like and what it is. And imagine that there's a lighthouse beacon and it's guiding the ships through all the foggy seas. And like this beacon, having the right strategies in real estate to guide you to a steady flow of potential clients, it's what this lighthouse is going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to cut through the fog. We're going to cut through all the BS stuff that's out there, and we're going to keep things extremely simple. It's very similar to envisioning yourself as a treasure hunter and you're seeking gems in the vast lands of real estate, and you're looking for potential clients that are basically hidden treasures, right? And with the right map and tools, you're set to uncover them. It's like anything else. If I told you that, you know, 3 blocks away from where you live, there is a safe, and the safe has, let's say, $1 billion in it, right? Just to make it a fun example. So if the safe has even $1 billion in it, and you go all the way to the safe, and the safe is locked, how good is the safe if you don't have the combination? You could drop a one in the chat or drop feedback in the chat. If you don't have the right combination to do something, how good is it? It's just not good at all. And what happens is that in today's market, the combination to unlock the safe has become more and more difficult. And if you've stayed in a state of mind where you're more focusing on just trying to guess your way through versus maybe asking somebody who's already unlocked the safe, right? Then you're going to just find yourself being frustrated. Or imagine being in a vibrant marketplace where the most successful agents are those who know how to attract and engage customers. Similarly, your approach to reaching out clients can set you apart in a real busy market. And then the last thing that I would say to you guys is, imagine yourself being in a desert and you're looking for sustenance, you're looking for water in this whole real estate desert, this vast desert that we see. And guess what? The consistent leads, that's your oasis. So the ultimate goal for today's training is to guide you as to where to find these living waters, where to find all this information, where to find the leads. Because if we don't change how we're doing things, it's already February. Guys, we got 7, 8 more days to the end of the month. And if we don't change things radically, then we're just going to be repeating 2023 all over again. And who wants to repeat 2023 if it was not a great year? Drop a 1 in the chat. And if you don't want to repeat 2023, drop a 2 in the chat. Go ahead, guys. I need some interaction. And I know if you're driving, then yeah, you're driving. At least you can put a hand sign or put a gang sign, whatever you want to put up. It's just to know that everyone out here that's listening is up and running and alive. And you can comment also in the post as well too on Facebook, or if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, by all means, feel free to comment as well too. So that's the ultimate goal. And the best way to be able to do this, and for those of you guys who are on Zoom, this is great that you're on here. But for those of you guys who are watching on streaming, we're only going to be streaming for a short period of time. If you're not a VIP member, because we're going to be switching into VIP mode soon, where the feed cuts off, then I recommend you go to vip7.robscoaching.com so that you can jump on and continue with today's training for our VIP members, where we're going to get into even deeper waters. So to keep this ball rolling right now, the first thing that you want to do is, when you're looking for lead sources, right? This is how I typically do it. I'm going to share my screen here, break out the whiteboard. Here's a real simple formula. And I think sometimes people just take this for granted. If you look at our business, the first thing we got to do is we need to be real clear on what our job is. Okay. So the job of a realtor. Okay. The job of a realtor is not to just do open houses every single weekend, even though that's what, society might claim us to be, right? That's what they might say that we are. No. The job of real estate agent is, number one, is to lead generate. That's the first thing. First thing is lead generation. And lead generation, is that something, guys, that you do on a daily basis, on a sometime basis, on a monthly basis, whenever you feel like doing it? What would you guys say? You can unmute yourselves and you can share when should we lead generate, or you can drop it in the chats. All right. Always more. Exactly. Lead generation, folks, is something that you do on a day-to-day basis. And what is lead generation? Let's first define what a lead is. A lead is someone who is, number one, an adult of decision-making age. Okay. Decision-making age that is interested in either buying or selling. So buying or selling real estate. I didn't mention anything about renting. Hey, listen, there's agents out there that are designed to work with renters. I know agents that are doing 100 rentals a year and they're totally happy. They have great systems, and you know, if they make it to see the following year, then kudos to them. They figured it out. But I'm talking about listing and selling real estate and working with buyers on the sales side of things. So someone who is, number one, ready, willing, and able to make a purchase or to make a sale. So when you're lead generating, whatever you want to call it, or prospecting, you are looking for more people who can do that one thing. So if every single day you find yourself in conversations with people who cannot do those things, then now what's going to happen is the next day you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, I didn't generate any business yesterday. Well, guess what? Were you talking to people who are potential leads? Were you talking to people who can either buy or sell real estate? And then you go another day. Oh, you had to do things. You had to go to the doctor. You had to go get your hair cut. You had to go do whatever, right? Grocery shopping. You go and you do your daily chores. And that's totally cool. Nobody's asking you to stop doing your daily chores. But then the conversation is, did you speak to somebody who is an adult, decision-making age, that could buy or sell real estate? So then if you didn't, that goes day 2, and then day 3, and then day 4. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. You know, and I think oftentimes is we just find ourselves just doing stuff and expecting results to magically happen. Nobody's calling me. Nobody's doing this. I post on Facebook once or twice. I tell people I sell real estate. My friends don't refer me to anything. Guys, I could barely remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, let alone your friends trying to remember that you're in real estate. And when they go ahead and they list their home with someone else, it's not because they don't like you necessarily. It's simply because of the fact that you're not top of mind. So lead generation is something that is done on a day-to-day basis. So that's the first part there. Then here's the other magic. Let's say you are a great lead generator and you're using, you know, you use a great service like a Vulcan 7 or something. You got your phone numbers and you're reaching out to people and you're connecting with people on a day-to-day basis. And then guess what? You had a great conversation and the person says, call me back in 2 or 3 days. Call me back in about a week. And all we do is say, okay, great, I'll call you back. Maybe you write it down on a piece of paper that's like floating on the side of your desk, or maybe you scratch it on your mirror, whatever the case might be. I don't know what your system is. What I've noticed is most people don't even have a system. But you'd be surprised that 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, 4 weeks go by, and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened to that person? And then you start to remember who that is. And then you do something that's called lead follow-up, right? Lead follow-up. That's the second job. But by that point in time, if you don't have a system in place and you followed up with that person too late, and they say to you, hey, you know, Tom, I'm so sorry, man. Our house is listed with Linda. You know, she's a real estate agent that's a friend of ours, and so on and so forth. You know, has anybody ever experienced that before? You can either raise your hand or you could drop a 1 in the chat. You know, and if you haven't before, you could drop a 2 in the chat. It's just, this is what happens. We forget, and then we follow up with them too late, or we don't follow up enough. And then in our minds, we start to create stories, which is, oh, that person, you know, didn't want to list with me, or that person didn't like me, or whatever stories we start to create. Oh, the market is too busy. Oh, that other agent, you know, that's in the neighborhood, they ended up taking the listing because they invest $100,000 in postcards every year. Hey, listen, maybe not. But I've taken listings from people where aggressive lead follow-up, which is keep calling the person up until either they say stop or they file a restraining order, right? It's just, that's basically it. That's what lead follow-up is. It's something that you do on a day-to-day basis, you know, and you've got to have a system for it. So if you budget lead follow-up time in your calendar, then you will always at least set aside time and call those people who said, I'm interested, just not right now. And this is where the gold is in the lead follow-up. So lead generation, lead follow-up, okay, going on presentations, right? That's the next thing. So the purpose of calling and talking to people is so that you can speak to people who are ready, willing, and able to purchase or sell, and then have an appointment. You're not going to sell their house on the grocery store line. You're not going to sell their house while they're cutting your hair. You're not going to sell their house while you're making burgers and preparing for the Super Bowl. That's just the conversation. The sale of the home comes from going on a presentation and showing them these are the strategies that I'm going to do to help you get your home sold so that you can net the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. That's part of the going on presentations. So if we don't have that down pat in terms of why we're doing the lead generation, then we're going to miss the whole boat. You lead generate to go on appointments, because the more appointments you have, that's the more times you go up to bat to swing at the ball, right? If you understand baseball, you're the batter. The pitcher throws the ball. You swing, and that gives you the opportunity to hit a home run or at least a base hit to get to first base. This is what we're doing here. We're looking for as many opportunities that we can to swing and hit the ball, which is the presentation. Okay. Am I making sense, guys? Because I think so. I think sometimes what happens is that we get so distracted by everything that we see, whether it's on social media or the next Facebook ad. You know, if you want to see Facebook and the iPhone and all our phones go into effect, start having a conversation with your friend about something while the phone is sitting next to you. And the moment you open up your phone, you're going to start seeing ads about it. Why? Because they're just simply listening to you. Whether or not they tell you to click something on or off, it's still listening to you, and it's still going to show you ads. But never forget the one simple principle: lead generation, lead follow-up, and going on presentations. And I'm going to jump into the other two things, and then we're going to look at different lead sources. So for those of you guys who are watching us on stream, just jump on here on Zoom with us, you know, because we're going to be switching into VIP soon, and we're just going to get into some real great strategies that are going to help you do business right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch off the stream, and we'll take a look at the comments in the chat to see who is ready to jump on Zoom with us. So let's see.